Today, we talk about a date that carries both a heavy weight and a beautiful hope, March 31st. For 17 years, this day has belonged to a community that for far too long was told to stay in the shadows. We are here to celebrate Transgender Day of Visibility 2026. Visibility isn't just a buzzword, it's a survival strategy. Before this day existed, the story was often written for them, not by them. When Rachel Crandall founded the day in 2009, she did so with a specific hunger. She was tired of the only stories about trans people being stories of tragedy. She wanted a day for their living, a day where joy could become the primary form of resistance. Think about that word, resistance. In a world that expects many in the transgender community to be mourning, simply being happy is a revolutionary act. Look around you. Visibility is not just about being seen, it is about being heard. It is about being understood. It is also about the trans elders who paved the way and the youth who are now walking that path. It's about the fact that trans people are here and have always been here. Trans identities are not a new trend. They are a part of human history that is finally being allowed to speak. But in the landscape of 2026, it's time to finally speak honestly. Visibility can also be a double-edged sword. As trans stories have moved from the margins to the mainstream, the backlash has grown louder. The transgender community is navigating a reality where a vocal minority is trying to roll back the progress that has been made. Let's look at some hard truths. The American Medical Association has been very clear. It has declared violence against trans people an ongoing epidemic, one that disproportionately affects Black trans women. According to available 2024 data, Black trans women face a dangerous intersection of racism and transphobia that leads to higher rates of fatal violence. This is not just a safety issue, it is a systemic failure. In the United States, the American Civil Liberties Union has tracked hundreds of anti-LGBTQ bills introduced in a single legislative cycle. These bills target everything from access to healthcare to the simple act of using a public restroom. For many, this raises serious questions about basic human rights and dignity. Across the ocean in the UK, the trend is equally shocking. Hate crimes remain alarmingly high, with 4,780 incidents recorded by police in a single year. Even institutions on which people rely for truth are sometimes failing. Research from Media Matters found that the New York Times excluded trans voices from 60% of its coverage on anti-trans legislation. When the people most affected by a law are absent from the reporting of that law, that is not journalism. That is erasure. Think for a moment. Do you personally know someone who is transgender? Statistically, most people say they don't. That means for much of the world, a trans person is not a neighbor, a friend, or a colleague. Instead, they appear as a character in a documentary or a headline in the news cycle. And when trans people exist only as headlines, their humanity is often lost in the conversation. They become the trans issue, rather than individuals like Alex, or Jordan, or Maya. This is why real stories matter so much. When people do not personally know someone who is transgender, it becomes easy for others to teach them to fear what they do not understand. It becomes easy to turn their lives into a culture clash or a political debate, instead of recognizing their humanity. If you only see them when someone is arguing about their right to exist, you never get to see them simply living their lives. The theme of building power and solidarity across generations remains the heartbeat of this movement. We stand on the shoulders of giants, elders, and icons like Elliot Page and Peppermint, who remind the world that trans dignity is non-negotiable. But we cannot ignore the stakes. A 2024 poll by YouGov shows declining public support for legal gender recognition. At the same time, the LGBT Foundation reports that nearly 48% transgender people have attempted suicide at some point in their lives. And that number is not just a statistic, it represents real people, siblings, friends, and children who felt unsupported and alone. The transgender community does not just want to be seen. They want to be valued. And to honor the spirit of March 31st every day of the year, we must move beyond awareness and into action. Because visibility without protection is a trap. Visibility without healthcare is a hollow victory. And visibility without empathy is attention without respect. No community should ever be treated like a show. Every person deserves to be safe and respected. To the transgender community, your visibility is a gift, but your safety is a right. Whether you are out and proud today or choosing the safety of silence, you deserve to be seen, respected, and supported. To honor the spirit of March 31st every day of the year, we must move beyond awareness and into action. Remember 1. Educate. Don't wait for a trans person to do the emotional labor for you. Take the time to learn the history so you can help defend the future. 2. Speak up. When you hear anti-trans rhetoric disguised as just asking questions, challenge it. Call it what it is: targeted misinformation and hate. Silence is often interpreted as agreement. 3. Support. Put your resources where your values are. Support organizations like Athlete Ally, See Change Happen, and Cool to Be Trans. 4. Affirm. Respect chosen names. Use correct pronouns. Your visibility matters, your dignity matters, and your safety must never be negotiable. To allies everywhere, real allyship is not about standing in front of someone. It is about standing with them. Let's make sure that when the world looks at the transgender community, it isn't just looking, it's finally listening.